One of the toughest muscle groups for most guys to develop are the calves. That's because your calf development is largely dependent on your genetics. I know this personally because I was not lucky enough to be gifted with great genes for calves. Thanks, Mom and Dad. So I've had to work hard to slowly but gradually pack on every inch of muscle I could on my calves. The good news is that along the way, I learned some tricks that can help you fight your genes and build decent calves. Regardless of how developed or underdeveloped your calves are, one of the main reasons why it's so hard to get them to respond to training is the fact that you use them every day to walk around on. In other words, our calves are already used to doing a lot of exercise. So to encourage them to grow, you really need to shock them. That's why I developed a training technique to shock your calves that I call rest pause drop set training. This high intensity training technique will leave your calves in severe pain, especially a day or two after using it. But it will also leave them with no other option but to grow. Let me take you through a typical rest pause drop set workout for calves using the leg press calf raise. To use rest pause drop set training on the leg press calf raise, start with just one 45-pound plate on each side of the machine. Do 30 reps, or if you can't complete 30 reps, do as many reps as you can before reaching muscle failure. Then add one 45-pound plate to each side of the leg press and give yourself 1 minute of rest. Do another 30 reps, or if that's not possible, do as many reps as you can before reaching muscle failure again. Add another 45-pound plate to each side of the leg press, rest 1 minute, and continue in this fashion, adding another plate on each side and resting 1 minute on each successive set, until you can no longer complete 10 full reps. And that's when the real workout begins. After reaching muscle failure, perform a rest pause by racking the weight and resting just 15 seconds before performing as many reps as you can until reaching muscle failure again. Do a total of 3 rest pauses in this manner, resting just 15 seconds each time you hit muscle failure and then continuing with reps. Yes, your calves will be burning at this point, but you are not even close to being done. Next, you'll do a drop set by immediately stripping off 1 plate from each side of the leg press. Immediately do as many reps as you can with this weight until reaching muscle failure. Then rack the weight and do a rest pause, again resting only 15 seconds and then continuing to do as many reps as possible before reaching muscle failure. Do 3 more rest pauses with this new weight, and then do another drop set, and then 3 rest pauses with that lighter weight. Keep going in this fashion, doing 3 rest pauses with each new weight and continuing to drop plates until you are back at just 1 plate per side. Here, you'll take the set to muscle failure and continue with 3 rest pauses. And then the set is finally over. You'll also want to use this technique on the seated calf raise to hit the deeper soleus muscle of the calves for better overall growth. The first week or 2 that you use this technique, choose just 1 calf exercise per workout and alternate between the leg press calf raise and the seated calf raise. Do 2 to 3 of these calf workouts each week, giving your calves at least 1 full day of rest between workouts. Then, when using the rest pause drop set training technique on just 1 calf exercise no longer hobbles you for several days after the workout, do both the leg press calf raise and the seated calf raise in each workout using this technique. Do 2 to 3 calf workouts each week, again, resting at least 1 full day between calf workouts. Use this technique for 4 to 6 weeks And I can guarantee you that you'll finally see some results in your calf development.